All right, I want to get started because we're going to end early today. So you guys have just joined us, calculator ready, and day 3 opened up, ready to go. All right. I'm going to be, hey, let me honest with everyone for this today. It's going to be pretty easy. But if you're not neat in your handwriting, it's going to be brutal. All right, it's going to be very easy today. All right, but if you have sloppy handwriting, it could get a little brutal. All right, what I'm going to do with you today, we're going to add, subtract, and multiply with the matrices. Add, subtract, and multiply. And it is, I'm going to start with addition here on problem number 1. Adding is very easy. All right, first thing, just so I can quick quiz you guys, what is the order of these two matrices right here? How big are they? You got to remember how, do I go rows, columns, columns, rows? How big are those two matrices? What is the order of both of those right there? Let's start this off right. 8 spot. Colin, what do you got back there?
2 by 3.
GQ, good. 2 by 3. Why does he say 2 by 3? 2 rows, 3 columns. And you can only add if the matrices are the same size. If one's 2 by 3 and the other's 2 by 2, that's impossible to add. They have to be the same size. So how do I add them? Add the numbers in the corresponding entries. So whatever's in row 1, column 1, you add it to row 1, column 1 in the other matrix. So my first spot here is going to be 0 plus -2, -2. All right, I just add up the corresponding entries. 5 plus 3. I'm going to have an 8 here in row 1, column 2. 3 plus 5, 8 again right here. -2 plus 7, I got 5. 6 plus -9 is -3. -8 plus 6 is -2. That's it, guys. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. That's it. Add up the corresponding entries. All right, now let's do a subtraction one. The only thing I'm going to warn you about, 2 negatives equal positive. Remember, 2 negatives equal positive. If you're a little concerned, use your calculator. Okay, if you're concerned, use your calculator. So here we go. I got a 2 by 2 here and a 2 by 2. So I can subtract them as long as they're the same size. All right, so here's what I was just talking about with the double negative. -6 minus a -5 turns into +5. So we should have a -1 right there. -6 minus 6, it's not 0. -12.
Yeah.
What do I, no, it's never, what am I doing? Yeah, settle down. Calm it down back there. Christ. 7 minus 6, how about that? +1. One job. -3 minus 0, -3. And, no, God, what am I doing? Okay, I'm rattled. Refocus. 2 minus 0, 2. -3, that's going to be 1. All right, finally. Surprised none of you guys chimed in at home. I got a couple of those at home right now. Find my mistakes and eat me alive. Everyone all right? Addition and subtraction? Right? It's easy. I just got to make sure I take my time. How about multiplying? Can I multiply a matrix by a number? All right, we're not ready for a matrix times a matrix yet. That's way down the road, but we are ready for a matrix times a number. So in this first one, I got matrix A, multiply it by 4. Multiply it by 4, and that's all you're going to do. You multiply every entry by 4. So now I'm going to call this matrix 4 times A, 4A. And I am going to multiply everything in there by 4. 8, 20, -12, 0. That's it. All right, just multiply every entry by what we're asking you to. All right, number 2. I got 2 matrices A and B. A is pretty easy. Multiply matrix B by -5. So -10, 15, -25, and 30. All right, now I'm going to combine them. I want you to multiply and add. Now take your darn time. Part B, 2A plus 3B. So do your multiplying first, everyone. Do your multiplying. So what I just like to do, I just like to put 2A right here, and I like to put the matrix down below it. So it just reminds me, here's what 2A is. So take matrix A, multiply everything in it by 2. -2, 8, 6, 0. Add that 2. Multiply everything in matrix B by 3. Notice what I'm talking about where being neat comes in handy here. All right, I got 6, -9, 15, and -18. And then you guys can go ahead and add them up. Four, -1, 21, -18. We're good. Any issues, questions? Anything you want to call me out on here? We're good? All right, now the only thing I'm going to do here in these last 3 problems is I'm going to get a little bit more complicated. I'm just going to introduce fractions now. All right, and the matrix gets a little bigger. As you can see, this is a 2x4, two 2x4 matrices. Now I'm doing -1/3 times matrix A minus matrix B. I'm just getting a little bit more involved. That's it. Take your time. Here we go. So the first thing I would do your multiplication. -1/3 times matrix A. Create the new one now. So if you need your calculator, go ahead. You guys got fraction templates on that thing. Use it if you need to. I try to avoid decimals if I can with you guys. So -1/3 times everything. And then minus. I just like to rewrite it so they're right next to each other. You don't have to. I just like to rewrite the matrix so I can see them right next to each other. And then go ahead. Watch out for your double negatives now. Watch out for your double negatives when you subtract. And then let's take a look. Let's check each other's answers here. Okay, any questions? Am I going too fast here? All right, what I'm going to have you guys do is the next one on your own. Please do not do the last one. We have to do that one together because there's a little trick on the last one. All right, but go ahead. Matrix B plus 1/5 A. Go ahead. Take your time. All right, take a look. I'll give you guys another minute here before we get to the last one. Everyone at home, all right? Before I get to this last one. All right. Here's why this last one is tricky. It says negative 1/3 A minus 6B. All right, the negative 1/3 times matrix A, not a big deal. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead. That's not the issue. Okay, so there's 1/3 A. All right, now here comes where you have to be careful and pay attention to the details. Is what am I going to do right here with matrix B? Am I going to multiply it by 6 or am I going to multiply it by negative 6? Right? I'm assuming most of us would multiply it by negative 6. You tell me, what would you guys do?
Negatives. Sorry.
Go ahead, Caroline. Go ahead. I'll listen to you.
Negative 6.
Would everyone see that and multiply B by negative 6? I'm seeing a lot of people shaking their head. Yeah, that's fine. All right. I just want to go with you guys are going. Here's the thing, guys. Hey, take a look. If you're going to multiply it by negative 6, you've already taken care of that subtraction sign. So when I create these two matrices, I don't want to subtract them because you're adding another minus sign in there. You want to add those two together. Everybody see what I'm talking about? You have already taken care of that subtraction sign right here. So if you end up subtracting the two matrices, you are adding in an extra subtraction sign, which is not there. So please be careful. All right? Multiplying by -6 is not the issue. It's what you do with those two matrices. Don't subtract them because you're adding another one in there. Hopefully that makes sense. There we go, and then add them together now. So that's the only thing you got to watch out for there. Don't add an extra subtraction sign in. Okay. Guys have any issues, questions, comments, concerns? And that's what your Delta Math is on tomorrow. Okay, adding, subtracting, multiplying. Quiz next Wednesday. All right, just giving you guys a week's heads up notice. Quiz next Wednesday. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Good job today. See you tomorrow.
Minus the back.
That's good. Dan, here we go. I got to show you a couple things. All right. Go ahead and get out. I want you to join in the class. Do you fill out your COVID tracker every morning, or does somebody at home fill it
My
out for you?
mom does.
She does, okay,
Yeah.
so make sure that gets done every day, that's part of coming to practice.
I already have it like ready to join. So you want me to
I
say?
emailed it.
Oh,
Figure that out. Did you warm up last night afterwards, or what?
You mean?
It's pretty cold last night.
Oh yeah, no, it was pretty bad.
Rookie mistake.
Alright, I'm in now. So,
Okay, so what I try to do here, right, and I know I announced it in practice and stuff, but I have,
my foot thing's like really bad for some reason on this thing.
I have practice and game schedules. Okay, so I try to update the practice schedule when I start getting, when we're gonna practice for the next week, right? But I send out texts and remind you guys, but it's always there.
Okay.
Right? The only other thing is you're gonna need to do a concussion baseline test.
Okay.
Just, do I anticipate you getting a concussion? No, but if you do, then, you need something to compare it to, so right here, right, there's a photo of the instructions. Okay,
Okay.
so whenever you can take that, hopefully, preferably before we get to practice today.
Okay.
All right, so our trainer has something on file for you about your baseline answers, and then that's really, anything you really think you need should be here on this page. So like anything like what bus you're on for Friday's game, what the pregame schedule is gonna look like. I'm gonna eventually post like what equipment people need to bring with them for that. And then important documents. All right, we're gonna be recognizing the next game, huh? Already. You just joined the team, I'm gonna give you some shout outs, all right? So I haven't talked about this with the rest of the guys yet, anyway, but that'll be on there too. All right? All right, so just make sure that's that, all right? You can do that concussion thing whenever you can.
Okay.
You got anything, questions for me?
No, not really.
Okay.